Tiger Woods Foundation, to Dragon Ridge Golf Club. On behalf of our presenting sponsor, Coca-Cola, thank you for being here for our clinic today. We'll certainly have a great day. At this time, I'd like to thank Butch Harmon for coming out and working the clinic today. Butch, thank you. And I'd like to now introduce the host of our wonderful day, Rich McDonald, owner, founder of McDonald Highlands and Dragon Ridge. Thanks again, Rich.
It's our pleasure today to welcome all of you, and especially Tiger and Butch Harmon. Without further noise from me, I'll turn this over to Butch.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here with you again this year. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 4th annual Tiger Jam. Those of you that were with us last year know we had a great clinic. We're going to do that again today. I don't think that this young man here needs much of an introduction other than to say that he is the current U.S. Open, British Open, PGA, and Masters champion. I don't care what you read, that's a slam in my book. Tiger's going to loosen up a little here and hit a few wedge shots. Might seem like some drives to some of you. More than some of you.
Put so much spin on it, why? Just stop.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a little loose here.
So, Tiggy, you been playing much since the Masters?
What?
Playing what?
Oh, golf.
Golf? I'm retired. No, I haven't played. Let's see, I've done 2 clinics, and I hit balls the other day at their place yesterday.
That's it, huh?
That's it.
So you're a little nervous about this morning, huh?
I am. Right on my top a couple here. As you can tell, I've hit some pretty bad shots.
2 feet?
One thing you people can learn when you warm up, the people that I teach all the time, and I see them run out to the range. You see Tiger hadn't hit a shot today, so he's hitting some wedges, just getting loose a little bit. All the people I teach think they run out and pull out the driver and start firing away. Don't go to your driver.
I wouldn't do that to you.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, I would. Alright. Soft 9.
Soft 9 iron. For you, what's that about? 135, 140?
140.
140.
Where'd it go? They don't know what it's like.
As you can see, my natural ball flight's a little draw. A 1 or 2 yard draw.
A what? 1 or 2 yard draw.
And you wouldn't know anything about that. You're a duck slice.
I'm like they are, man. I hit the 30-yard slide. Here we go.
Feel better.
You know, people ask Tiger and I all the time, we've been together 8 years now, is Tiger still working on his game? Sure, it's always a work in progress. The one thing you can learn from these great players, especially from the best player in the world, Tiger Woods, is that number one, he's never satisfied. He always wants to do better, and he's always striving to do better. Had a tough year with the slump, hasn't it?
Yeah, I've been struggling.
I've been a little worried about you.
From a slump, now we're talking about a streak.
I've seen you in the gym. Don't be streaking out here.
Be a good look and bring a little more interest to the game.
These are just pretty what we would call standard off-the-shelf 9 irons. Why don't you go ahead and hit a little hard 9 so they can see the difference in the distance.
Okay.
A little farther.
That's all, brother.
Yeah, like 20 yards.
You guys can hit your 9 iron 20 yards further, can you? Maybe 20 yards further to the right, but not 20 yards further out there.
Belly it that far.
You could belly it that far, yeah. That was on your 10-yard chip.
That's one of the things we've been working on for, since we started working together, is controlling my distances. I've always been a player who used to swing all out, hit the ball as far as I did there on that hard one. And now I've done to where I could control my shot a little easier, swing more with my arms. Get nice soft controlled shots.
Hit that hard one again for him. We'll show you the difference of what he's talking about and how he does it. This is a hard 9-iron. That's probably 155 yards, would you say?
About 160.
160. Now show him the shot you hit on the 11th hole in the last round of the Masters. How far was that shot?
Went 148 to the hole.
A little 8 or something?
Yeah, a little 8, so I just did a little chip 9, a little draw in there. Something like that.
What you notice is the difference in the speed of everything. It's more of an arm swing, not as much release. Ball comes down out of the air more, which means you can control the distance it goes. The one thing that Tiger has learned over the years is he used to hit the ball very high. The higher you hit the ball, the further it goes, and you can't control the distance of it. So one of the things he's worked on very hard over the years is to bring your ball flight down so you can control those distances. Why don't you shoot out to the right here and just walk this 9 out here. Start off with maybe 115, 120 yards 9-iron shot. We'll just show you the difference in speed and what it does. We'll hit it over here where you can see him land. I want you to realize all of these are 9-iron shots. This one goes just a little further, about 5, 6 yards. That one should get just on top of that little mound there. About another 5 yards further. So what you're seeing for various shots, you control the distance it goes with the speed you go through the ball and how much hands you put in it. One of the things Tiger has worked on a lot is what he calls his dead hand shot. And that's what he hits these little soft ones with. As he gets longer, he's got to put a little more speed in it. I'll go ahead and hit one. That hasn't come down yet. Now what you've seen probably is almost a 50-yard difference in one club. He can do that with every club in his bag. Now this is a tremendous advantage when you're shooting at different pins, different greens that are soft or hard. What we got here?
7.
What's your normal 7-iron? What would you say you hit?
About 170.
Okay, normal 7-iron, about 170 yards. Under no wind conditions in a tournament situation when you're a little jacked up, what would you think would be the furthest you try and hit your 7? 200?
I hit one at the PGA last year in the playoff. A 16th hole from 205.
205, 7.
It was a little hot out.
PGA, that was a pretty good one, huh?
I did all right.
Everything pure.
I got a couple putts here and there. All right, what do you want to see, Butch?
All right, let's hit a few shots here. Let's start off with a little low draw with a 7-iron. This guy just said he'd rather see me hit one. What, are you crazy? So a little draw, a little right to left. Take the ball out of the air, out of the wind. Okay, now show him the high draw.
Whoa.
That's a beautiful shot. Okay, now show him the 7-iron to about 140. Just a little straight one where you're trying to take the distance off of it a little. And now hit him a little soft fade.
Soft fade.
A little soft fade.
A release fade?
Yeah. A nice little holding left to right shot. your other right?
10 feet. Maybe it's about a foot. Are we happy now?
Yeah, I like that.
Oh.
Excellent flag. Very good. All right, why don't you move up in clubs and get something a little longer. Hit a normal 4-iron shot for him. What is your distance they like today, 4-iron?
About
210, 4-iron.
Well, that's the right over there.
Okay. That's pretty much what we call a stock off-the-shelf 4-iron, about 210 yards. Okay, hit him a low one out there now, like you're playing at St. Andrews. Yeah, that's low. That didn't get above the mountain. That was pretty nice. Now you got a higher one for him. Why don't you explain to these good folks when you hit these various shots, like when you want to hit a low shot, what do you try and do in your swing?
That's it low.
Just hit it low. Why did I know that was coming? That's how they think too, just hit a slice.
I hit it low, put the ball back to my stance, obviously. And more importantly, what I have to really try and feel as if the emblem of my glove is going down in the ground and towards the target. I keep the club coming out low and towards the target.
That's beautiful. Okay, what do you do to hit the high one? Just think about hitting it high.
Yeah, it kind of just does it.
We'll invent something for the people. I want to hear it.
Well, I put the ball up in my stance. I swing just a little bit harder. But what more importantly, I try to feel as if, again, the emblem of my glove is going more up towards the sky. Try to keep the club face more open and with her impact.
Wow. That'll work. That's beautiful, see? All right, any shots any of you kids want to see him hit? Other than the driver, we'll get there. Yes?
About that little 3-wood shot.
A little knockdown 3-wood.
Kapalua shot.
Kapalua shot, I like that. Thinking, what is this head cover, by the way?
You know, that's Stevie, my caddy. Stevie is...
I know what this is, but what the hell is this?
Stevie's from New Zealand, and that is Kiwi. So he was a I don't know. He put it at, the first week he brings it in play, we win the Masters, so I can't really complain.
Boy, it looks good, doesn't it?
What is that, about 300?
No, it's just a normal 3-wood, about 260.
You want to see that low one, huh? That one he hits the Kapalua and we hit that on 13 off the tee every day.
Yeah, we do.
Never got above the
This is weed.
tee.
I did.
Who showed you how to hit it? Just because mine goes 160 doesn't mean anything. I'm trying to sound like a caddy. He's making $1.5 million a year. Beautiful shot. Nice. And you hit this one the same way you're hitting the low iron shot?
Same thing. Back in my stance, trying to feel as if the emblem of my glove is going down in the ground towards the target.
I notice you don't stop the follow through as much as you used to when you first started hitting this shot.
Actually, I don't know why. That's kind of funny you said that. Come to think about that. Still goes low though.
That's a shot you hit really when sometimes when you absolutely have to get into fairway, don't you?
That's what happens when you're choking your guts up. Come down the stretch and you get ball in play somehow.
So that's the guy you're playing with, Tiger.
I'll show you a shot. I've been practicing this shot all year for 13th hole at Augusta. And I didn't pull it out. First 3 days, I just hit nice normal draws out there. Put the ball through, actually up in the trees or in the rough, through the fairway. But on Sunday, I just came off bogey in 12. Phil had teed off first. Dave was obviously ahead of me. And I didn't hear any roar, so I assumed he made par. But Phil had slices around the corner. It looked like he was in great position to make eagle to a relatively easy pin. So I figured, I got to bring out this shot in practicing. I haven't really hit it all week until now. So I had to bring it out. It's a big, high hooking 3-wood. Keep them all in the air, sweep it around the corner. Like that.
That's pretty nice right there. You know, the funny thing about it, Tiger at Bay Hill in the Players Championship, when Tiger won those tournaments, the announcers on TV were talking about what's wrong with Tiger Woods when he's hitting these big hooks off the tee. You were practicing for that hole, weren't you?
Well, I had to get ready.
He was hitting those shots in the tournament at Bay Hill and the Players just for the 13th hole. The announcers weren't smart enough to figure that out. They wanted to know what's wrong with this guy.
Hung on that one.
They hit a real big one, real big sweeper.
Big sweeper. Keep it in the air, all right?
Yeah. There you go. Right around the corner. What did you outdrive Phil? About 25, 30 yards?
Yeah, Phil could drive off the tee and hit hard 600, I hit nice smooth 8. After hitting 3-wood, you didn't like that very much.
You didn't like to drive down 18 either when you had him by 50. That was nice, he said.
Oh my goodness. What was it?
Just hit a nice high 3-wood for him.
High 3-wood.
That's a beautiful shot right there.
What about a big slice?
A big slice.
You mean like your dad hits?
Yeah.
Or one that goes a little further?
Like if 13 was left to right.
Yeah.
Okay. That one looks familiar to a lot of you folks, doesn't it? You know what? You want to see him hit some drives?
Yeah.
Of course.
The low stinger with the driver, the guy says he wants to see.
With the driver?
Yeah. Can you do that? Is that low enough for you?
How's that?
Sorry, about 350?
No.
Show him your stock drive.
Stock drive off the shelf.
Stock drive right at that water tank out there. That's all right, we'll take it. One more stock one. I want you to watch when these balls are coming down out here. See if you can notice where they're landing, because we want to show you something in a minute. All right, now show them a hard one. One hard one. One hard one. I don't want you to hurt yourself. You still got a few weeks of your vacation.
Oh my god.
I can't even see.
Pretty solid?
Yeah, that wasn't too shabby right there. Now, Tiger, when he's home, likes to practice with an old wooden driver. And he actually hits it pretty good, and you read a lot about modern technology and how much these clubs go further. I want you to watch this wooden driver, because it goes the same distance as this one.
That was weird.
That's pretty good right there.
That's it.
You know, I told him the other day, I said, I'm not sure whether Titleist or Nike would do this, but you could come up with your own woods, Tiger Woods, they'd be pretty good, you know? Just go right back to the wooden stuff.
Hey, it works fine for me. I hope everybody goes back to the center. I might have a little more everyone understand.
A little more then. Yeah, right. Now the beauty of the wooden driver over the metal woods is Tiger feels he can shape the ball a little better. The balls on titanium heads, they come off the head very fast, so the spin on them is hard to hit the little curves. With the wooden club, the persimmon club, the ball actually stays on the face a little longer, and it's a little easier for him to hit some curves. Hit a few shots for him. Where are you going to hit there?
Oh, drop.
Now that's a shot that's hard for you to hit with your metal wood, isn't it?
I struggle with that one. I don't like to have to turn my driver over. Okay.
Little left to right shot. Let's try something out here we haven't tried. Why don't you swing at the top of your swing? I'm going to tell you whether to hit a fade or a draw. I like this part. As you start your swing, I'll just holler out what you're going to hit. Draw. That's all right.
Golly.
I've been trying to stump him with this one. I can't get him. I draw. It really pisses you off when he does that. I'll get him on this one. Watch. One of my drives. I didn't know I was hitting it that good. All right, anybody want to see any shots here? Yes, young man. Happy Gilmore.
Come on. Tiger Woods.
You got to run up to hit it or something?
Yes. I don't know when I need this shot.
Yeah, you don't drink very much, so you're never going to get that wasted. But I'm going to get back here just in case.
Oh, could you
What else, kid? Yes, young
could
man.
you bounce it and hit it with your wedge?
Can he bounce it and hit it with his
driver.
wedge?
No.
No.
So you think that was all computer enhanced on TV, huh?
Oh.
Lee! Foul.
Shoot the driver.
Once you get your whole routine of between the legs, are you going to do the driver bounce and hit it?
No, I'll show you one I've been working on.
Butch, you teaching that shot?
No. You've been trying to teach it to me, and I can't do it.
Do the hook around the pin.
He's been thinking about it.
I've been thinking about it.
I did a few wedge shots for him, Tig, and talk about what you do on your, like just a high flop shot right to that little marker right there.
I flop shot. Well, it helps to have a 60, first of all.
I'm almost 60, you're right. He's 60 in a couple years.
I try to feel on my flop shot is the top of the club. I try to feel as if I set that part of the club on the ground. So obviously it's pretty open. And basically, again, try to feel as if the emblem of my glove actually feels like it has scoop underneath it. And it feels like the emblem of my glove is more facing toward my head than it is not toward the target. Just another way to add a little more loft to it. Something like that.
Did you swing any harder than that?
Want a harder one?
But
How about the
can you
Williams?
swing hard and make it go shorter?
You got it.
Oh.
That's how these people hit their drivers. They swing hard and they go short.
Further, actually.
Here's when you really got a bad lie and you know the guys in your group aren't watching. This is probably the area of Tiger's game that I think he's worked the hardest, and in my opinion, he's improved the most is his wedge play. He went from being a very poor wedge player to one of the best in the game. I think one of the things I've enjoyed about this young man is that everything that used to be a weakness, he's worked on it and made it a strength. And this part of his game is phenomenal now. It probably used to be your weakest, didn't it?
Without a doubt.
I thought his putting improved quite a bit too.
He's a kid. All kids putt good.
What do you want to see?
Just hit a few shots for him. Explain to him the different shots you could play just to this play.
Okay. Actually, you see my nice normal stock shots, pretty straight. I'll draw one in there for you.
No way.
Got a little spinner.
Just like that ball more to the right. Look down in front of me. Lock off the plane. Spin draw. Probably less little fade.
Little left to right wedge. The others were a little draw shot with a wedge. Kind of get on the ground and bounce to the right. I hit one right at it as if this was in a tournament, the last hole, and you had to really juice one in there.
Oh.
You do anything different when you really want to spin one? Like the greens are really hard, you really
Well,
feel like
shorten
you...
up my, first of all, shorten up my swing so I can release the club head a little more aggressively at the golf ball. The more speed you have, the more you can spin the golf ball.
See if you can really spin one here.
That has a lot.
That'll work right there.
I don't really spin the ball back that much. That's the problem.
You don't want to. You know, people say they come to us and take lessons and they talk to him in clinics. I want to learn how to spin it back. You don't want to spin it back. You want it to take, what, one bounce and kind of stop.
The only difference is that the ball just
One bounce, just let it stop right there like that.
The more it spins back, the harder it is to control. You really don't want to have that problem.
Okay, any other shots you kids would like to see? I said kids.
One that flop shot he does with the 7-iron.
The 7-iron flop shot, okay.
He's done that. Oh my god.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one he said. I like that. Yes, sir. Mean a wedge shot? Just holding the ball into the wind? Yeah, be just what he just did. He hit a little fade or a little draw. In a left or right wind, say it was straight across, you'd have to draw this ball into it. Something like that.
Alright.
Do that, what do you do? Just let the toe go over a little bit through the ball?
Yeah, try to feel as if, it's kind of interesting, try to feel, release the club down from the inside and swing more out to the right.
See, what you don't realize, and the average player doesn't realize, if you're going to hit the ball to the left, you have to swing to the right. If you're going to hit the ball to the right, you have to swing to the left. What we see all the time in the average players is 90% of you slice, and you think you're trying to swing left, and you slice even more. Get a little fade in there for them. Make the ball go to the right, you swing to the left. Guess you are in a slump.
That's terrible, isn't it?
Nice shot. Anything else, young man? Yes.
How about 14 at Pebble during the third round, the 2-iron?
Yeah? 2-iron, a high 2-iron, I guess?
Yeah, I think so.
Actually, it wasn't that hard a shot.
Swing.
It was just a nice smooth one. Wind was coming downwind. It's going a lot harder than people think. I just tried to get a nice smooth one up in the air. Make sure I made solid contact.
How about how high?
Just like that. Nice baseball.
Nice.
All right, Teague. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here today. Once again, thank you so much for your support of the Tiger Woods Foundation. Tiger, thank you.
Another nice round of applause for Butch Harmon and Tiger Woods. Ladies and gentlemen, before you leave,